Hi there, this is Mr. Baker here. Just wanted to go over the syllabus with you and introduce you to a program you're going to be using, I think, at least through the quarantine time, if not further along, which is going to be Edpuzzle. Or you'll be watching a video and answering questions as you go along to make it a little bit more interactive and have some accountability for making sure that the videos that I'm going to be posting are getting watched. So um, just want to go over a few things on the syllabus, and let's just start with the WebEx room will be just my personal room. Like I'm just going to have students move in and out of that one room all day. I'm not going to set up different meetings for each class, so they'll just always go to that link there. You need to make sure that you've downloaded the PDF of the OpenStax College Algebra textbook. Make sure that you've picked up the spiral bound notes that I made for the semester. And make sure that you either have a calculator or you've downloaded the calculator app onto your Mac. You'll definitely be needing that this year. The content of this class, essentially, you take Algebra 2 and you up the complexity, and then we add in a couple of things. But a lot of the stuff that we're going to do, you've already done, like working with linear equations and inequalities and analyzing graphs and polynomial functions and rational power root functions and exponential and logarithmic functions. These here are the things that we would not have touched on in Algebra 2. So things like combinations and permutations, matrices, and sequences and series. So not only will we be looking at old things, but we'll be looking at those things at a higher level than before, especially stuff like logs, where you kind of just got introduced to it last year. But we'll also be introducing some new topics. So expect quite a bit of what you might think as review, but then a couple new things. So the grading breakdown's pretty standard. Would have been the same that you saw in Algebra 2. Your finals worth 15%. Normal assessments like quizzes and tests will add up to about 68% of your grade, and then assignments will be about 17% of your grade. And I'm thinking that with the videos are just going to be dropped into assignments. So the points that you earn for watching the videos will go into there along with homework points. And right now, homework is going to be assigned from the textbook, and you'll have to send a picture of that and post it in the Google class. Hoping that maybe we're going to get an online homework platform purchased, but we'll have to see how that goes. Grading scale is pretty normal. I definitely expect you guys to be responsible for your work, not only getting it done, but that you're checking it. So I will be providing a way for you guys to be checking your assignments, so that you can see if you're getting things or not. I want you to know if you're understanding, not just me. So of course that means that you need to have that assignment complete in order to know if you've done it right. And then if you're not getting things, if you're not understanding, that you're asking for help. Whether that's in class or some other time that we set up. I would expect that you would have homework pretty much every day that we have class. Of course, you need to show your work when you're doing that and not just writing down answers, so we'll not give you credit for just having answers down. Okay? To that end, I don't grade on correctness, I grade on completion. So what I'm looking for is to see that you've tried the problems, not that you've gotten them all right. Don't expect you to do everything right the first time. That's why we're here, is to try things and learn from our mistakes. So generally I do a 5-point scale for assignments, and then if you end up turning homework in late, you lose 1 point. So you can get 4 out of 5, and then you have up until the end of the unit to turn in any homework. So you can turn in homework late, and it is just 1 point off, but it has to be done before the end of the unit. Of course, if you're gone, You'll need to be checking the Google Class to see what you missed, looking for any videos or anything like that that I've posted, any notes that I might have posted. Okay, and it says on the dashboard of your PowerSchool. So this is the way I did last year, but I think I'm moving to the Google Class now. So I would expect at least one assessment each unit, if not like a quiz or a mid-unit assessment, and then a end-of-unit assessment. So probably 2 per unit. Kind of just depends on the unit. Of course, if you're gone on the day of an assessment, you need to make that up within a week. Otherwise, I'm going to put a 0 in the gradebook. And then when you do go to make up an assessment, you need to do that in one sitting. You can't come in, start it, and then finish it later. That's not okay. If you decide that you want to retake an assessment and follow pretty much the standard school retake policy, you've got to make sure all your homework is done for that unit. So if you're wanting to retake but you didn't do 3 assignments, then that retake's not happening until you've done those assignments. I'm not super worried about retake tickets, especially right now. Definitely do not have just infinite time to get a retake done. It needs to get done in a timely manner. Of course, I'll give you a different version of the assessment than the original one, and your retake score will take place of your old score. Usually another guideline I have is that you need to come in and work with me at some point too beforehand, so we'll go over your old test and say, hey, here's what you missed, and talk about why and how to do that better the next time. So there's got to be kind of some sign that you've learned something between now and then. And I'd love to be able to take your word and say, that you've studied some more, but I've just kind of gotten bitten by that too many times. So all assignments need to be done, and you need to come in and work with me at some point to show me that you've learned from your mistakes. And of course, just pretty normal expectations from a classroom. That you shouldn't be being distracted by your cell phone or other technology. That's going to be especially hard during the quarantine. If we're in school and tardies, is going to be followed. Of course, cheating is not good, and you'll be given a 0 for that assignment or assessment if you do that. And just pretty big on following those guidelines of respect, responsibility, and excellence. So I want you guys to be respectful of each other and the space that you're in, and I want you to show me that you're responsible, that I can trust you. If you happen to be back in school and there's a sub or something like that, you're responsible and taking care of your business, and that you're really just want to see that you're trying your best. Hopefully you're here in this class to get yourself ready for college. And if you're not going to put in effort, then you're just going to do poorly in this class and then go on and do poorly in the next class. So hopefully you're taking this as kind of like a training session or a practice session to get you ready for that 101 type class, and that you're taking it seriously and just doing your best. And so hopefully that gives you kind of a good overview of the class, and let me know if you have any questions about things. Thanks.